Hello everyone. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Shall we start our class?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So today we are going to discuss CloudFront. Okay. PPT for that. Let me just open it. CloudFront. First, let's try to understand what is this CloudFront. Simple, guys. This is my assume that it is my S3 bucket. Somewhere in, okay, let's take London. You know that by using S3 we can host website, static website hosting. Correct? Assume that my website is there. Okay. These are my colleagues, or you can call customers. They want to access website. A, B, C, D, E. And one person is somewhere here. F. Okay. Now they are sitting in different regions in this world. Okay, they distributed in many regions across the world. Now, when if F wants to access my website, his request will load the page, response will come. Since distance between S3 bucket and Mr. F is very less, that's why he can able to access website within less time. Correct? But when when these guys they want to access website, okay, let's take B. When B wants to access website, his request should travel like this, right? This should follow this lengthy path, and then he can able to access website. Okay, that means compared to F, B, compared to B, F can access website quickly because distance is less, so he can access within less time. But in order B to access website, for him it takes good amount of time. Okay, it takes good amount of time. This is what we call latency. Network delay we call. Either you can call latency or network delay. Okay, so for B latency will be more, for F latency will be less. Now what I want irrespective of customer's geographical location, everyone should be able to access my website quickly within less time. Okay, there should not be any delay. Okay, they should assume that the Google server is somewhere in India. So when I try to access Google, so for me it is taking, just assume that 1 minute, assume. So if a person is sitting in USA, for him also it should take 1 minute only, even though Google server is in India. So irrespective of customer geographical location, everyone should be able to access website within less time. So how to address this issue? Okay, how to address? So for that, we have a concept called edge locations, or you can call endpoints. This already we have discussed in our transfer acceleration in S3. Already we used this one. See, we have total 22 regions are there, 22 plus. Okay, let's take 20 plus regions are there. In that every region we have availability zones, 50 plus availability zones are there. Region contains 2 or more availability zones and edge locations. We have 100 plus edge locations are there. Okay, don't even try to remember that number. Okay. Now 100 plus edge locations are there means, that means these are, assume that these are edge locations. 1 or 2 edge locations would be nearer to each and every person. He could be anywhere. Okay. Okay, let's take Mr. D. So assume that he is in somewhere in Australia. For him also there is one in education in Australia, because 100 plus are there, which are distributed in 25 countries. Because that means in Australia we have education. Now what actually happens? See, when when he tries to access website, his request will go to nearest education first. Nearest education first. Okay, but the website is not there. In that nearest education website is not there. Then his request will be routed to S3 bucket. Will be routed to S3 bucket. If you load the page, then the response will come like this. Okay, that web content would be placed here. From there, D will access website. That is how it is going to work. That means his request will go to nearest education first. Okay, but since that web content is not over there, that's why his request will be further routed to S3 bucket, wherever actual web content is there. Okay, that content will be pulled, that will be stored in education. That content will be stored in education. Okay, then D will access data from there. You might be thinking, say, what kind of advantage we are getting? Okay, earlier we used to access directly. Now you are cutting that request, and what kind of advantage we are getting here? Yes, we are getting a lot of advantage here. We are removing latency. That means here, this depends upon your home internet speed. Okay, this depends upon AWS internet speed. But earlier, without education, if you access, this depends on your home internet speed. So AWS internet speed is pretty fast, pretty high. They have dedicated bandwidth lines between edge locations and regions. S3 is there, means it is one region, London region, right? Correct or not? That is so. So between edge locations and region, they have high speed dedicated bandwidth line. They are pretty fast. That's why D can access website within less time. That's the advantage. Okay. And what about others? Assume that there are some other guys are there. Assume that one more guy is there here. Okay. G. So when he wants to access website, his request also will be routed to nearest edge location automatically. Now his request will not be routed to S3 bucket again, because the content is already saved here. That means the first person, he might face some latency, but second person onwards, they won't even face that kind of latency also. Second user onward, they will access quickly because the web content is already stored here. Got it? So first person, also he won't get any latency, but even if it could be sometimes. Okay, because since content is not there, that's a request will be routed to S3 bucket, that will be stored. But second user onward, there won't be any latency because the web content is there in nearest edge location, so they can access quickly. That is how it works. Okay, that is how. So here we are taking advantage of edge locations. These edge locations are mainly designed for CloudFront's purpose, but these we used in transfer acceleration in S3 class. Correct? That is all. Understood, everyone? This is how it is going to work. Let me show you. Let me show this one first. See here. S3 bucket. These are my customers. These are edge locations. When they want to access the website, the request will go to nearest edge location first. From there, that will be routed to S3 bucket. The content will be pulled and that will be stored in edge location. So second user onwards, they can access directly from edge location itself. The request need not to go to S3 bucket. That is how we are getting advantage. Let me show once again. S3 bucket, users, edge locations. See, that's all. Second user onwards, the request will go to edge location only. That is how it is going to work. Content delivery network. This concept we call content delivery network. This concept. Okay, storing the data in edge locations. Okay, and customers, they are accessing data, accessing websites from nearest edge locations. This concept we call content delivery. That's what content we are delivering. Web content we are delivering to customers through edge locations. Correct. That's why we call this one as content delivery network. Also you can call CDN. For this concept in AWS, they have given a name called Cloudfront. For this concept. This concept is there in Azure also, GCP also, but they might have given different names. But here they have given name called Cloudfront. It is a system of distributed servers. See here. Yeah. Focus on pink color. It is a system of distributed servers means here. These edge locations we call also you can call servers. That too, they are connected network. They are in one common network. They are connected. Okay. Cloud front we are discussing, not cloud formation. Okay, cloud front we are discussing. So it is a system of distributed servers. Okay, network that delivers web pages and other web content to users. Here, these are delivering web pages or any web content to users based upon different geographical locations. Correct? You can see they are located in different geographical locations. That is what CloudFront. Without CloudFront, that is going to be something like this. You can see directly, they access directly. Obviously, it is pretty slow because that depends upon their home internet if you don't use. But here, they can access within this time. Now, some terms, important terms that you must know. Edge location. This is a location where content will be cached. See, in these are edge locations where content will be cached. Cache means temporary storage. Temporary storage, temporary, not permanent. Okay. So after particular point of time, after certain duration, that data will be deleted automatically. That I'll tell you what's the time and all. Okay. This is separate to AWS regions and availability zone. These are regions, these are completely different from regions and availability zones. Origin means here S3 bucket is right. This is my origin. This is origin of all files that CDN will distribute. That's what is a place where web content is placed. This could be S3 bucket, could be EC2 instance, could be Elastic Load Balancer, could be Route 53. Okay. Suppose if it is EC2 instances, then we connect load balancer. That load balancer DNS name we give to customers. Route 53, if you connect Route 53, that DNS name we give to customers. If it is S3 bucket static website contain URL that we give to customers. That is it. Distribution. It is a name given to CDN, which consists of collection of edge locations. So group of all these edge locations we call as distribution. Group of edge locations we call distribution. Remember that. Okay. Yeah. That's all. So I'll explain this last slide after showing practicals. I'll explain. Okay. Now let's see how it is going to work. First, I'm going to create source origin. Okay, let me create one S3 bucket. And that you can keep any index file, or let me give one image so that I can show latency easily. I want to keep one image. Okay, let's create a bucket. Create bucket. Give an name. I'll give CloudFront some random characters. So where do you want to create this bucket? Okay, I would like to place this bucket where somewhere in Singapore. Wherever you want, that is up to you. I'd like to place it somewhere in Singapore. Make it public. Acknowledge. Create bucket. Yes, bucket is ready. Okay. In that bucket, I would like to place one image. Okay, there is one image in my desktop. Let me drag and drop. Now go to this one. Yeah, public read access so that everyone can able to read that one. Understood and upload. Close it. Okay. So I have a bucket in that I kept one image, right? Now, see where right now my laptop is in Pune. Right now I'm in Pune, but the bucket is in Singapore. This bucket is somewhere in Singapore. Now, see if you go inside that image, this is a URL, right? When I click that one, when I click, see here, what actually happens here? This bucket is somewhere in Singapore. My laptop is somewhere in Pune. When I click that link, then the request will go from Pune to Singapore. The request will come. Then only I can see that image. Correct or not? That is how it works. Now, since distance is huge, correct or not? No, from India, I mean, not so huge, but yeah, Singapore is not so near to India, right? It is far. So we can access within less time. I mean, not less time. Obviously, you can see the latency. Okay. So when I click that link, it takes some time to access that image. That means here, when I open this image in a new tab, the entire image won't be loaded in one go. That will be loaded in the form of, cut piece by piece. Like, the entire, if you assume that this entire screen is that image, okay, that will be loaded piece by piece. Like, so you can see here, then like that. That is what we call latency. Correct or not? That is what delay. Now observe carefully, guys. Observe carefully. Only once only you can see that one. Yeah, no, oh, it's very. Since we took one image, right, that's why it was pretty fast. We should have created bucket in some other region. Okay. So actually, it's pretty fast. Actually, when we deal with, yeah, fast. Actually, okay, fine. Okay, so since we are taking small data, right? That's why you can't see that latency. But actually, the entire image won't be loaded in one go. That will be loaded, slowly from here, then here. You might have observed, right? Sometimes when you try to access any image or something, you might have observed that latency. Correct or not, guys? Please respond. Please respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right? The entire, if you take video, that won't be loaded completely. Okay, so that is what actually latency. I have taken only one image, that's why it is taking, there won't be any latency. But if when you deal with huge amount of data, obviously it takes a good amount of time. Okay, it takes a good amount of time. Yeah, so how that latency only we want to eliminate. So how to do it? For that, we are going to create CloudFront distribution. Let me show you. Let me make it private, this object. Right, refresh it. Let me make it public again. Just I want to test one more time. Now hit refresh. You can see? Yeah, that is what. Guys, did you observe this?
Yes, sir.
Did you observe this one? That's what. Entire image did not load at a time. See, it loaded something like this.
Yeah.
That is what we call latency. Since I took only one image, that's why you did not observe properly. But if you take huge amount of data, obviously latency will be there. Now, yeah, let's deal with this one by using CloudFront. We make it private. Okay, hit refresh. Okay, now it won't work, right? Okay, great. Now let's make it public. I made it public, but I did not access. So I made object public, but I am not accessing it. Okay, now let's go to CloudFront. So that you can find under this one, networking and content delivery. You can see CloudFront. Open in a new tab. Or if you can directly search here, you can see global content delivery network. You can click here. Okay. Now click here, create CloudFront distribution. These also new dashboard. Earlier there used to be old one. They modified this one also. All new options and fine. Anyways, see here we don't need to do anything. Just only one option here. Only one. Here if you click here you can see automatically your bucket name will be displayed. Your bucket name will be displayed. Select that. That's it. These are source. That's it. You can see a lot of options. You need not worry about any of these things. Okay, you need not worry about any of these things. Just you select the source. That's it. Now click on create distribution. Just one option only. Create distribution. Okay. So now go to distributions here. Yeah. This is your CloudFront distribution. Here now you can see deploying. That means what is happening here? Actually, it takes some 10 to 15 minutes. 10 to 15 minutes. This one. It depends. You know, sometimes it takes half an hour also. Sometimes it takes 5 minutes also, that we can't say. So what is happening here? Deploy means what is happening here? In CloudFront options, whatever, you know, we did not select any options, right? So whatever default settings are there, right? Default settings. So those will be pushed to all edge locations. Default settings. Default settings will be pushed to all edge locations. Okay, let me give an example. See, I told you, right? Content will be cached. Caching means temporary storage. That's what I said. So what is the temporary? What is the time? See here, default time is 1 day. Default is 1 day. That's the default time. So you can keep for maximum 1 day. After 1 day, the content will be deleted automatically. The content will be deleted automatically after 1 day. Automatically, this caching content will be deleted. Okay. That is maximum is for 1 year. 1 year. Minimum that you can, you know, minimum if you give 0, that means the content won't even get cached. Default is 1 day. Okay. So that means by default, if you don't select any option, content will be stored for 1 day. That you can increase up to 1 year based on your requirement. If you don't want, you can decrease also. That is up to you. If you don't select any option, that will be 1 day. Now you might be thinking, Sai, where are these options? Guys, for temporary duration, they remove these options. They are modifying this CloudFront. That's why you don't find these options. Okay. So again, they will enable once they do the R&D is over, they will enable. Okay. So here, that okay, we did not select any options. That means content will be cached for 1 day. Okay. So that timing and all, it should push to all edge locations. Every edge location should know, right? Yes, content should be stored for 1 day. So those details only it is going to push. That's what it is showing deploying. Refresh. So still it is deploying, right? It's not ready yet. Once it is ready, then we can proceed further. Okay, so we have to wait. Okay. Let's wait, then we'll proceed further. That is the reason when you type Google, when you type Facebook and all, you can access within less time. Okay. So because the content will be stored in edge locations which are available across the globe. So that is the reason you won't find any latency. Suppose, okay, if you don't know, right, where are these Google servers? They might be located somewhere in USA. But still sitting in India, still you can access website within less time, Google page, because of these edge locations. Okay. Yeah, it's ready. Yes, it is enabled. Everything is ready. Sometimes it takes some more time, guys. Okay. Sometimes it takes half an hour. Sometimes it takes only 5 minutes. That depends. Okay. So I have created CloudFront distribution. That means the settings are pushed to all edge locations. Now when I try to access, so what I need to do, see, now if I want to access that image, I should not use this, that image URL. The way I used, I should not use this image URL. So I have to use this one. See, CloudFront, here you will find one DNS name. You can say domain name. CloudFront distribution gives one domain name. This is a one. Okay, copy this. You have to use this domain name to access that image. So how to do it? Simple. Here, just replace this one, that bucket name with this CloudFront domain name. Simple. Replace bucket name with CloudFront domain name. Okay. Image name you have to give. I'll tell you why we are giving image. Now press enter. Then you can access. Now you might be thinking, sorry, now also we can see latency. But I said, right, for the first time, because first time my request went to, say, from Pune to, my request went to nearest edge location. From there, the request routed to S3 bucket. But you can see second time onwards, there won't be any. When I hit refresh, do you find any latency? Now, second time means I'm accessing second time. That means the second time the content already cached in nearest edge location. Assume that the nearest edge location is in Mumbai. So that this page, right now it is in Mumbai's edge location. So assume from Pune to Mumbai distance it's very less, right? Okay, 2 to 3 hours max. So you can see I'm accessing from Mumbai edge location. That's why it is pretty fast. Okay, that is how it works. Okay, so for the first time, the request will be routed to nearest edge location. From there, that will be routed to S3 bucket. Second, user onwards, their request will go to edge location. From there only they can access the content. That is how it is going to work. Now you might be thinking, Sai, every time we can't remember these image names. How customers and colleagues, they use this image name, so they can't use it every now and then. Yeah, for that, what we can do here, if you see, generally what we do in bucket, assume that in this bucket you kept index file. That is what generally we keep, right? We keep index.html, correct? In bucket, right? So if you keep index.html, yeah, then if you don't give anything, by default it look for index file only. If you don't give anything here, by default it look for index file only. That time, that means you need not give anything here. Since I took different image name, that's why I'm giving image name. And one more thing, you might be thinking, so they can't even remember this domain name. Yeah, this is what we are going to link to Route 53. That's what, see what we did. We linked load balancer DNS name. Now we can link CloudFront's DNS name. Say in Route 53, if you go to that section, okay, now we created CloudFront DNS name. So in load balancer section, there you can see CloudFront, this one also. Let me show you in Route 53. So we create alias name to this CloudFront DNS name. So simply they can use that domain name, right? We discussed www.icloudexpert.com. Yeah, when they use that one, within less time they can able to access the website. Okay, within less time. That is how it is going to work. Create record. Let's take any simple different balls. See, you can see earlier we used which option? Alias to application and classic load balancer. This we used. Now you can see alias to CloudFront distribution. When you click that one, automatically that will be the DNS name will come. Very, very simple. That is how it works. Okay. So you might be thinking, suppose I don't want to give index file. but I want to give different name also, different name only. But while accessing, I don't want to mention this name. It's simple. Here, I don't want to give index.html, so I want to give some other file like site.html. But still I want to access like by default. That means I don't want to use the file name. Still I want to access. That time what you can do in Cloudfront here, should click. Okay, guys, am I audible? Sorry, there was a network issue. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Suppose, yeah, you want to give, okay, see. Here, you don't want to give the image name, this one, here. Okay, even though you have that image, but here you don't want to give. In that case, you go inside the distribution. See here, you go inside distribution. Here, somewhere, you will get one option. Behaviors. Oh, no, what is it? Edit option, somewhere you will get. Yeah, click this one. This is what distribution. Click on edit. One second. Yeah, this is the one. You can say default root path. In this place, what you do, you give this image name. This image name, you give here. That means, see, by default, if you just give DNS name, by default, you look for this file here, see, object file. Okay, default root path. By default, you look for this one. If you don't give anything, it will look for index file. Okay, what if you give file name, by default, it will look for this particular image. Now save. Saved. Right? Now verify it is deployed. Yeah, see, you, after doing any modification here, you can see, it takes time, right? That details should be pushed to all edge locations here. After doing any modification, those details should be pushed to all edge locations. That's why it takes good amount of time here. Let's wait. Refresh. Okay, let's wait. Once it is ready, then we can proceed. Staying a lot of time. You understood it? There I have given that side dot that JPG, that name JPG. Now, if you want to access now onwards, you can directly give DNS to. That's it. You need not give image name. Straight away, it will redirect you this particular image. Okay, that is so it should go. I told you that sometimes it takes good amount of time. Why? Because whatever modification that we did, those settings will be pushed to all edge locations. Now here you might be having one more doubt. Sai, can we choose that, to which edge location my request should be routed? No, that you can't choose. Your request will be routed to automatically your nearest edge location. Assume that my request, in India, right now I'm in Pune, one request, one edge location is in Mumbai, one edge location is somewhere in Hyderabad. So for me, Mumbai is near. So my request will be routed to automatically Mumbai edge location only. Okay, that happens automatically. Yeah, that's it deployed, right? Okay, now you remove this image name. Okay, now press enter. You can see I removed image name, still I can access this image, same image, because the default name we have given this image name. See here in this URL, do you find anywhere in this URL, do you find anywhere that image name? No, that is not there. Correct? That is it. See, this is CloudFront's DNS. This you connect to that Route 53, then happily you can use www.scicloudexpert.com. Then you can see this image. That is how it works. CloudFront. Understood? Now see here, edge locations are not just read only. You can write them too. That means, let's use this one. See, read. Right. Read means getting some data from edge location. Write means uploading some data. This we used in transfer acceleration. But reading, this is CloudFront. How? See here. From edge location, we are getting the data. Correct or not? Customers are accessing the website from edge location. That's what reading. Writing, you remember, in transfer acceleration, we have uploaded some data. From there, that will be uploaded to S3 bucket to upload data faster. Right? So uploading is write, downloading is read. So this edge location we use for both, not only for read, but also write them. So where we use for writing purpose in transfer acceleration, reading that you use in CloudFront. That's all. Objects are cached for the life of TTL, time to live. That's what default is 24 hours. Maximum is 1 year. Minimum is 0, means there won't be any caching. That option they will provide. They are modifying this service. That's the reason. Okay, that is all about CloudFront. Okay, CloudFront. So once you finish your work, what do? You just select that distribution. First, you have to disable. Once it is disabled, here also it takes time, 5 minutes or 30 minutes also it might take. Okay, then only this option will be enabled. Delete, then you can delete. So whatever this console you can see, right? See here, we have redesigned the CloudFront's console to make it easy and all. That's all. They have redesigned. This is a new console. Earlier we used to use some old. Okay. That is what CloudFront. I hope you understood, right? Okay. Now, one small service is there, guys, that it won't even take 10 minutes. One small service. Let me cover that also. That is Snowball. That is Snowball. It is one of the data migration services. One of the data migration services from your physical to cloud. Also, we can call on-premise to cloud, or vice versa. Both. Physical also we can call on-premise. On-premise means physical. Okay. So this is one of the data migration services. I'll tell you where we use and how to do it. Simply. Assume that you have 1 GB of data. Okay, in your laptop, you want to upload to S3 bucket. 1 GB. Assume that it is staying 1 hour. Assume 1 hour. 1 GB of data, if it is staying 1 hour, then what about 100 GB? It takes 100 hours. What about 1000 GB? That's what 1024 GB is what? 1 TB, correct or not? 1024 GB. Okay, let's take 1000 GB. How many hours it takes? 1 TB. That's what 1024 GB equal to 1 TB. So how many hours it takes? That to 100 TB. Then what about 1024 TB? 1 zettabyte, right? Petabyte, I think. Let me show you. There are so many bytes are there, guys. You type KB, M, will list. Okay. You can see these many bytes are there. KB, MB, GB. After GB, then terabyte, TB. Then after that, petabytes. Then exabyte, zettabyte, then yottabyte. Like many bytes are there. Then bromobyte. Many other bytes are there still. Okay. So what if you have this much of data? It takes ages, correct or not? It takes ages. Obviously, if you take YouTube data, that's pretty huge. Millions and billions of videos are getting uploaded every now and then. Google, right? This Facebook, how many memes you are uploading every day? Insta, every day, you know, we upload any number of memes, correct or not? Videos and all short videos, right? So the huge amount of data that we want to migrate to cloud. So directly uploading is not a good practice because it takes ages, not months, it takes years of time. Okay. So how can I migrate data within less time? For that, we have Snowball. What is Snowball? It is a physical hard disk, guys. Physical hard disk. Assume this is your physical company, your your on-premise infrastructure, physical infrastructure. This is cloud. This is AWS, this is your physical. Now you want to migrate some data to AWS. Then what do? You place an order for Snowball. Snowball, it is a physical database, physical hard disk. So when you place an order, the way you buy products from Amazon, right? You place an order. So when you place an order, AWS, they send that Snowball to you. They courier that Snowball to you. That Snowball will come with all physical cables and wires. That's a big hard disk. So what you do, you connect the cables to your data center, then you migrate the data. You connect the cables. So that now you are not using internet. You are migrating data. Physically by using physical cables. Obviously, that would be pretty fast by using physical cables. So after migrating, then you ship this one, you send them back to AWS. So when you send it back, then that physical cables, again, they attach to their data center and they migrate the data. These are physical hard disk. Okay, that is how it works. By using wires, we are completely eliminating internet. Okay, so here I'll tell you how it is going to work. Simple, I want to transfer data from one laptop to another laptop. Huge amount of data. What I do, I take one external hard disk, I copy the data, then I attach that hard disk to this laptop, I transfer. Easy way, right? Okay, that is. Now here there are some variants are there. One is types of these hard disks. One is Snowball. Another one is Snowball Edge. Another one is Snow Mobile. Snowball, Snowball Edge, Snow Mobile. The size of Snowball, these are hard disks, right? That's what I said. The size of Snowball is 80 terabytes. 80. Snowball Edge size is 100 terabytes. Snow Mobile size is 100 petabytes. 100 petabytes, you can see. Okay, these are terabytes, petabytes, 100 petabytes. Okay, now you might be thinking, Sai, okay, Snowball Edge, but the difference is only 20 terabytes. Just for 20 terabytes, why they are giving different variant? Why? Because Snowball Edge is having compute capacity. And in fact, Snow Mobile also. Compute capacity means simple. So the pen drive is there. Okay, if I give any pen drive without attaching to laptop, can you edit data inside pen drive? No. That means there is no compute capacity. In pen drive, you can't do anything. If I give external hard disk, you can't do anything without attaching to laptop. You can't edit the data, you can't modify the data, you can't do anything. But mobile is there, cell phone, your phone is there. So cell phone is having your display. So here you can manage the data, you can add some data, you can delete the data. That means your phone is having compute capacity. So here Snowball, it doesn't have any compute capacity, but Snowball Edge, it is having compute capacity. That means without attaching this hard disk to laptops, you can manage the data. You can segregate the data, you can edit, you can delete this one. Okay. Yeah, let me show you guys. Type here Snowball AWS. Go to images. Yeah, this is what Snowball. You can see these are hard disk. Okay, this is Snowball. Okay, when you raise a request, they will send this one to you. You can see. So with physical cables and all, you are going to connect to your data center. Something like this, you can see. Yeah, here. So you can order whatever. Suppose you have some 200 terabytes. Then you can order any number of Snowballs. That's up to you. You can see these are physical hard disks that will come to your company's location. They will send through courier and all. Okay, you can see something like this. Okay, Snowball. Okay. Now, what is Snowball Edge? Snowball Edge is having display in it. Let me show you. You can see, yeah, these are. What is this? Having display in it. That means here you can manage the data. You can add, you can delete. Without attaching to computer, you can manage because it is having display in it. This is what Snowball Edge. You can see here. Snowball Edge, AWS Snowball Edge. What is Snow Mobile then? Snow Mobile AWS. It is having 100 petabytes, right? Yeah, this is a big truck. This truck will come to your company. Okay, you can see. This is a ship container. It is having ship container. A huge amount of data, right? Obviously, 100 petabytes means pretty huge. Okay, you can see. You can read this one. Amazon Snow Mobile is actually a truck having a huge hard drive. Yeah. So the truck will come to your company. This is a 100 petabytes. This is the only way through which you can migrate the data. Otherwise, that much of huge amount of data, how can you transfer? Through internet, you can't do it, right? You can see by using cables and all, they'll migrate the data. Okay, Snow Mobile. The ship container. Because why it is ship container? Because suppose your data center is in somewhere in USG. Right now you are in Mumbai. Now you want your data should be placed in North Virginia region. Obviously that it should go by sea route only, right? That's why it's a ship container. Okay, that is how it works. So 3 variants, guys. Just remember, you can see Snowball, normal hard disk, Snowball Edge, having hard disk with the display, Snow Mobile, the truck will come to your company. Okay, and when you place an order, they will mention clearly that what is the status of that, what is the product location. Suppose they have delivered, it is on the way, it has reached. Okay, dispatcher delivered. The way when you place an order to buy any product in Amazon, you get status updates, right? Here also same. Okay, so we never used this one in our companies, but maybe the time when I joined my company, that time already they were using AWS. So already they used it earlier and they migrated the data already. So maybe if you join in any company where they haven't even, if they did not start AWS yet, maybe you will get a chance to use this. Okay, here. AWS Snow family means that's what. See here, if you type here, automatically they're showing here. Snow family means Snowball, Snowball, Snow. Large scale data transport. See here, order in AWS Snow family device. Okay, that you can place an order. So that will come to your, okay. That is how it works. I mean, here we need to, when you place an order, it is chargeable actually. Okay. That is it. Don't worry, here we need not to see any lab session and all because we can't place an order, right? So it costs a lot. Okay. Obviously, in companies, they will place an order. So that is how it works. Okay. So in certification, they might ask some questions. How you migrate the data? What is the easy way? Sometimes they might give you the number. Okay, I have 80 TB of data. So which option would you choose? Okay, why you choose a Snowball, edge over snow, just Snowball? Okay, because it is having compute capacity. So like these kind of questions they might ask you. Yeah, obviously we have that data, guys. Obviously, IT companies means they produce a huge amount of data. Obviously, you take YouTube. Okay, you take Instagram every day. How many images you are uploading? That too across every member, every person is there uploading. So that much of data, correct or not? Every day data is growing like anything, correct or not? That is. You take one simple example. Yes. For every batch, we are sharing videos. For every batch, we are sharing videos, right? Okay. So assume assume that every day. Okay, for your batch only, every day you are getting one recorded video, correct? After that, one more batch, and you'll be getting access for at least 1 year. 1 year you'll be getting. So, how much data we are producing every day? That to how many batches? That to how many faculties? Courses, how many courses? Correct. So that is so. You take big IT company, obviously they produce huge amount of data. Got it? So that is what Snow family. Okay. Yeah. Now, once you finish your work, what you do? This one. First you disable. After that, you delete. Okay. Then after that, you delete S3 bucket also, the one you created. Okay. I'll be doing this one after clarifying your doubts. Okay. Yeah. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, when we are creating distribution, then the web content are transferred to the nearest all edges locations, right?
See, wait. Not like that. See, S3 bucket is there, in that web content is there. Now
Yes,
you try to access, right? That means your request will go to your nearest edge location. From there, the request will go to S3 bucket. The content would be placed in that edge location only. Suppose one person is there somewhere in South America. So when he wants to access, same thing happens to him also. Other persons near to him, they can access from there, that location only. That is.
so that means by creating distribution, it is just enabling the process.
Yes, process and all, it is connecting network and all, the timing and all that will be pushed. That's it. Content won't be saved there. Content will be saved when you access.
Yeah, I thought it is saved by creating distribution. Okay.
No. Content won't be saved that time. Content will be saved only when user try to access.
The first user.
First user. Second user onwards, obviously, by the time that content would have been there, right? So they can access within list.
Okay. Okay.
Hello, Sai.
Yes, please.
The Snowball is then actually it is connected to database server. Or
Any type of data, guys. Okay, just have to take an example of S3 bucket. Okay, if you want to migrate your database data, yeah, by using cables and all, you can connect. Okay, yeah, any kind of data. Understood? Any more doubts?
Yes, in case of distribution list, we can attach it to any load balancer.
Here, yeah, see here what you do.
Because if you have any EC2 instances
Yes.
and
See here, let me show you. When you go to distribution, create distribution. Here you are taking here S3 bucket DNS stream, correct? If you have load balancer, you can see automatically that option will come. If you have root 53, that option will come automatically. So you select that one.
Sai, after going through the snowball concept, I just heard about some years back regarding the Hadoop concept. So, like retrieving the data in Hadoop and here is faster or something.
No,
Hadoop or I'm mixing something.
Totally you are mixing actually. Okay. Hadoop is what, just Redshift we discussed, right? Redshift.
Yes.
Yeah, that is kind of Hadoop is kind of that one. But this is just one-time use, data migration only.
Okay, one time.
One time, just you migrated, that's it. That is of no use. That's it.
Okay.
It is one of the data migration services.
Okay. Noted.
Any more doubts?
Sai,
Yeah,
hello.
please.
మనం మన డెవాప్స్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ చేసాం కదా, ఫస్ట్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ లో మనం డిప్లాయ్ చేసాం టామ్కైట్ సర్వర్ లో ఆఫ్టర్ అంతా జెంకిన్స్ లో బిల్డ్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత. ఒకవేళ
డౌట్ ఈస్ వాట్ రిలేటెడ్ టు డెవాప్స్?
రిలేటెడ్ టు డెవాప్స్ చిన్న కరెక్షన్ అంతే. ఇప్పుడు మనం డిప్లాయ్ చేసిన తర్వాత మనం చూసుకుంటాం, ఓకే వెబ్సైట్ అంతా చూసాం బాగానే ఉంది, కానీ డెవలపర్ ఒకసారి చెక్ చేసుకొని దాన్ని క్రాస్ చెక్ చేసుకోవాలనుకుంటే ఆయన ఎలా చెక్ చేస్తాడు? మనం ఏ యూఆర్ఎల్ ఇస్తాం అతనికి ప్రొవైడ్ చేయడానికి?
So you can give anyone one of the Ansible nodes, that DNS name, Ansible nodes IP address, anyone, because website which is common in all Ansible nodes, right? That is
okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Sir, hello.
Yeah, please.
Sir, when we transfer all our data to by using the snowball concept, then how can we fetch the data? By which means the S3 bucket or any database services?
No. Fetching means how you want to access the data. See, today we uploaded one image and we are accessing the data. So by using that URL and all, we access. Fetching means just accessing. See, suppose assume that we have so many videos already you uploaded to YouTube. How assume that by using Snowball, you upload it, right? Then what you do, you don't get those videos again, right? You access a video. Accessing, getting is different. Getting means downloading. Accessing means just you are watching the video.
So how it is possible? How can I access when which the data will be saved on S3 bucket or?
Yeah, data will be saved in S3. Assume that you are migrating your data to S3 bucket. Here, this is S3.
So we have to choose. We want to transfer all the data to S3 bucket, like
either S3 bucket or database server, that they will decide based upon the data. If you store in S3, obviously for every object you will get one URL, right? By taking that URL, you can access.
Oh, so my question is that we have the right to choose where we want to save this data or the AWS side?
No. We choose because our data, right? We inform them whether to be served in which S3 bucket. That also we clearly explain so that that data will be served in that location.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. That's it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Guys, tomorrow I'm not sure whether I'll take class or not morning. But if I take class, the timing should be 7:30. If I take, not sure. Okay. But if I take class, that is going to be 7:30 a.m. I don't think so. It would be a problem because preponing, right? There won't be an issue. If I postpone, then it would be a problem because you might be having some works and all. So I'll let you know in WhatsApp. Okay. By today afternoon or evening, I'll let you know that timing. Is that okay, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. I'll let you know. Okay. See, guys, if you get a message, that means class is there. If you don't get any message, that means class is not there. I'm repeating, guys. Okay. You need not to again send a message that Sai class is there or not. What is the timing? If at all class is there, I'll send a message and I'll let you know the timing also. That's 7:30. If class is not there, then you won't get any message. Okay, is that fine?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you,
Hi.
everyone. Yeah, go ahead, please.
I saw the job postings in web portals,
Oh,
and they are posting like AWS certifications. Some portals are asking that.
certifications, right? They're talking about. There is a dedicated class. After discussing all these services, I take one special class for certifications. There I will explain everything about certifications.
Yeah, and AWS companies in Hyderabad, they are also posting so many job offers for that.
Okay, no problem. I'll take one class. That time you'll understand. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, I had called you yesterday, but
Acha, regarding what this DevOps project integration, right?
no, sir. Sir, myself, Sir Rahul, sir, from regarding AWS. Sir.
What's your doubt?
Sir, regarding job, sir.
Okay. What is your doubt? Okay, you can. You want to call me personally or?
Yeah, personally.
Personally. Okay. After this class, you call me.
Okay.
Sir, regarding the DevOps doubt, when can I call?
Yeah. After this class, you can call me now.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. Everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all.